Recap for Thursday 02 That's the 2nd of October 2025. Anyway, this is a Thursday before NFP. To enter the date, and it's just, I don't know. It's the Thursday before NFP. It's either you're gonna get a clean market maker buy or sell model, or you're gonna get this, right? Me knowing this could happen, I wanted to get the short so badly, right? But it was breaking my rules, so I didn't do it, right? Because looking at price, right? Looking at price from where? From our AM session yesterday. We zoomed and we have not taken basically any major sell side liquidity, right? The only discount was here basically that we really took sell side liquidity from. So we go all the way up to here, and I don't see anything at 8:30 to like start the manipulation. I guess now I know because we had news at 8:30 that just disappeared. So I guess we had no news today. So they just used 9:30 to, inject the volatility to dump it, right? I know at first this seems when price was here, right? Wait, look it up. When price was up here, this dump seemed too far to be a manipulation, right? But I'm not bearish, right? I'm bullish. So regardless of how far it looked, I'm just gonna have to submit to my model and just wait, right? But I did not mind, and I really, really wanted to just jump on the shorts because I know the manipulation is faster in general, and I'm confident on the bias for being bullish today, right? So I did not want to enter early pre 9:30, right? Because I know like this is gonna be a 9:30 dump, right? Look at the 9:30 candle, boom, we dump. That's it, we're gone, right? This is the wrong chart, right? 9:30 we dump. So let's put some annotations and explain the day, right? And why did I expect bullish price action anyway? But look at the daily time frame. You can see yesterday we zoomed up that much more time. We're not gonna dump back. That is just, it's just how the daily candle prints, right? Just let's say that's experience, right? But the logic behind all of this, I want this to be for now acting as, or creates a fair value gap, right? I do not want price to go that lower, right? So I still want price to go up. We have an order block here, which it's already highlighted, but I have this removed. And in the 4-hour, what do we have? This, I want this to, 1 second. Get the parcel. Anyway, so 4-hour, we can see we have two fair value gaps. This one is included in this range. So what do we want? Like if you look at the high, look at the low. This is how you expect a breakaway gap, right? In this range, we consolidate and blah blah blah, and then once we leave, right? So you don't care about this gap. What do you care about? This fair value gap, right? So if we're gonna manipulate on the day, I was like, my daily PDA rate is that order block with this wick, the top of the order block, like the wick of it, and the bottom of the order block. What's the bottom of the, I mean the opening price of the order block, right? So that's my two PDA rates on the daily, and just the quadrants of this fair value gap, right? So now I know where we need to manipulate to distribute, right? See, if 9:30 opened and went up, we were gonna distribute lower, and we're gonna have like a closing, like price would close like this for NFP to like end up, going higher, right? But so what do I have to do? I just need to wait, right? Just wait for my model, for the continuation model, right? So we drop down, as you can see, this you can count as a mitigation block, right, in itself on the daily as well. So we have a mitigation block, we have an order block, and we have fair value gap, and we have the wick, blah blah blah, right? There's so many confluences down here, and on top of that, if we go to the 1 minute here and then look at regular trading hour, we have a premium discount opening. So premium, what am I talking about? We have a premium opening, right? So going down, we can fill the opening range gap, right? So the shorts are lining up. It's perfect. Like, even if I was gonna like break my rules, kinda, I have one rule that I can't break just yet, which is entry at 9. I can't enter before 9:40, right? If I didn't enter pre-market, I can't enter before 9:40. And as you can see, 9:40 is here, and we've already delivered everything that I wanted. So that's why I couldn't catch the short. So I knew that I had to submit to the longs, and I knew the longs are gonna be like this. Not this part, but like this is gonna be this slow dragging garbage price action, because A is NFP pre-Thursday. Alright, let's put some lipstick in the chart and actually explain how the price moved, right? So initially, if we were gonna distribute down, all I needed for manipulation was price to go above this high. That's all I needed to show. 9:30 goes above this high, boom. Why? This high with ES has SMT, SMT, SMT. Like, it was obvious that that was gonna drop, right? Look, high, lower high, lower high, right? NQ, high, higher high, higher high. Like 3 highs with 3, like SMT. Like, it was basically calling. It was like, yo, short me, fam. The risk doesn't even is good. But I was like, you know what? Until I get more data, and because I'll make the exceptions for not trading before 9:40, right, for some of these days, and actually entering the manipulation leg rather than the distribution. But that's just gonna come with time. It's good that I've seen it, and it's good that I know where it's even gonna go from here to there, right? Which is sick, right, in itself, right? I can't execute on it yet with 100% confidence, but I can see it. I can kind of frame the risk. And if what would my entry be? This would be my entry. What's this, right? Because if we're gonna break the structure there, right, we have a 15-minute fair value gap where bodies were respecting it, and that push price higher. Going below it in itself is gonna be an inverse fair value gap with its own breaker block, right? On breaker block, on order block. Like, look, what do? We displace through it. Here, I mean, it's a low risk sell, really and truly. But let's say I waited. We wait for this, and what's this? First presented fair value gap, right to the CE, and goes, right? Like, it's there, right? And I've seen it, and I had everything drawn out. Like, this wasn't like I drew it now. Like, I drew this before it even happens, right? All of them. So I'm watching it. Price is confirming to me it's still bearish, it's very short, and like, this is the manipulation, like blah blah blah, right? So first target for short, so is it the initial sell side liquidity, right? So let's just go through explaining the lines a bit. So this is these thin lines, this one, upper quadrant, midpoint, lower quadrant, and the close is here. Is between them, so you can't see it. Is our opening range gap, right? So our opening range gap. The second that we hit, to be fair, because this wasn't the model I was gonna trade today, but having the first presented fair value gap, especially like if you want to know the 9:30 if it's gonna dump, wait for it to hit the lower quadrant first, right? Once it hits the lower quadrant, there's a high chance that it's gonna go to at least to the midpoint. There's a high chance, right? And again, with the 70% chance that the midpoint is gonna be hit between 9:30 and 10 anyway, so you got double the confluences, all the other stuff that I was saying, and how we were just overextended, and we need to like come back the discount. That is a kind of low risk sell, but hey, it's pre-NFP Thursday, right? It could literally just went like, you know what, nah, going all the way up here, then going. It's very unlikely, but it can happen. That's why I just, just like this, where a lot of PDA is like, let's say for the longs, it's very unlikely, but it can happen. And look at it, you know what I'm saying? It's just the type of day. So I didn't feel comfortable. Alright, let's go and carry on explaining this. We go down, and then now once we go down below here, what do we have? This red line is my changing state delivery, like an actual proper changing state delivery. I normally put it on the 15-minute time frame, like I have to see it or less, right? I know there's older blocks here, but if you want to really fit it into a time frame, like logic wise, this is the opening price that went for this run up. Yes, on this 15 minutes there is like okay, you could say here's the change of state here, like technically here's the change of state for the 15 minutes, but here's a change in state that could be in the hour, in the 90-minute, whatever, right? This whole thing is us going up, right, with no real retracement. So this is my real change in state delivery with its own bearish breakup block, which is this black thing that I'm highlighting here. And yeah, this order block basically changing state delivery, real changing state delivery. So I would not, if we're bearish, I would not expect price to go above the midpoint of this breaker, or maximum. The best breaker blocks are the ones that have fair value gap, right? Not above the midpoint of this inverse fair value gap, right? That's if we're bearish. I'm not bearish, I'm bullish, so it did not matter. But I have to highlight it in case price reacts to it. As you can see, it does react to it here, but we'll carry on there. All right, we go through the midpoint, displacing through the midpoint of our opening range gap. It's all expected. I wanted it to go that low because I'm still not looking to buy anywhere here. This is our midnight open, right? So if we get here, this is our midnight open. Now and only now we have entered in a relative discount area, but we are still not in discount. But I'm looking to see how price reacts. Is it slowing down? Right? Is it slowing down? Is it making signs that it's gonna stop? Right? The dump. It's not too heavy. Yes, it starts like doing this, right? Look at all of this, and now we start to slow down, right? And what's this next to? Sell side liquidity. Orange means London low. Okay, perfect. Now we have midnight open and sell side liquidity. But do we have a PD array? No. Okay, are we at discount? No. So all of this does not matter to me. If price went up from here, I don't care. That's not my model. My model says literally, I said it yesterday, discount, then liquidity, then PD array. Okay, so what do we hit here? That's the lower quadrant of the opening range gap. All right, cool. We're getting there, but we still didn't hit discount. This blue line is now discount, right? Discount from where? From this low to that high. See, it gets tricky to draw your discount and premium, but you're gonna have to think about it. Why I do it from here is kind of experience, but like I can't really explain the full logic, right? Like it's the low after like the breakout, I guess, right? So like of our range, right? So once we do this, it's kind of hard to do the discount because you could be like, oh, discount is from here to here. No, this was just consolidation basically. So discount, it'd be the first low after the breakout, kind of, right? So that's why this is discount. This got me so long to like get right, but now I'm getting it right, which is a cool thing, right? So now we at discount. So by the way, once you know actually how to frame your daily ranges properly, it's so easy to trade. It's actually so easy to trade. Anyway, now we hit discount. Okay, rule number 1, discount. Rule number 2, liquidity, right? We do see that we hit PD array, which is what? This wick, right? Remember, red is order blocks, and on the daily, what did I say? This is the top of the wick, and within it is quadrants, right? And the opening. So I knew the highest probability one is the order block, but I knew if price is really bullish, we could reverse from here. So let's get back to the rules. Discount, right? Liquidity, this black line is a liquidity, and what's this liquidity? Asia low. Okay, liquidity, and then PD array. I know for a fact I don't even need to like put it on, but a quadrant has been hit, right? Right there, like, and PD array. Yeah, could that push us up? Could that be the low? It's subjective, right? Because it could and it couldn't. You know what I'm saying? Like, it depends. It really depends on how price, how what do you call it? How strong is price? If price was strong, yes, it would have reversed there, no problem at all, right? For me, my job is, but I know price will get up, right? Regardless from this area, it'll get up regardless. Why? Right? Okay, I hit them three, but I wanted that low. But what did we do? This low was an SMT, right? We take Asia low at 952. What does ES do? What is Asia low? Somewhere here, let's say, I can't remember, but I know at 952 we don't take him, right? We're above him, right? So that's SMT, right? So now I'm expecting price to reverse. All I need to do is hop down on the 15-second and take the first buy signal that I have. All right, price goes down. Now it hits the liquidity, hits the PDA raise. Boom, 15-second fair value gap. Took it, right? Took it. Stop loss below this low, right? Now when price goes down, we need to gauge how quick or aggressive price is, right? And I noticed that we go up, create this gap, and then we go all the way down, overlap it, and drop down to the CE, right, of this wick. That to me was already iffy, but I was like, this is pre-NFP Thursday, and technically price might not go and take that high, right? Initially, because how fast price was, if it was still strong, we was gonna take that high, right? But that and then this just started slowing down, and I'm like, okay, we could grind down up to here, and then I'll just see how price reacts, and then take off my position if it doesn't, right? So we go up and look at the bodies at the CISD, right? And we go to the breaker block. We stay in the lower half. What does that mean? I can see it. I know it's bearish, but we keep having kind of SMTs. I don't like what price is doing, but I'm just like, this run, I was like, okay, we'll let it go down. And then when it went up and couldn't do it, and then I was like, yeah, I need to wrap it up. But in my head, I know the day, so I was like, I'm gonna just allow it to go to break even. And I did. I let it go all the way to break even somewhere down here. And this looked like a buy again because it hits the top of the order block exactly. But then again, it doesn't, it goes down. So it didn't matter. Now I'm looking for my next place, right? The real one, the better one, which is now, again, discount, liquidity now. And this is still liquidity, by the way, even though it's still a reference point of liquidity, this Asia low. So two liquidities now. We take that, but look at this. This goes up before what? The new daily opening gap, so I don't care. Then we go boom. We hit what? We hit three lines, if you can see. The new daily opening gap, the 4 hour, remember the 4 hour fair value gap that I showed you, the CE of it, right there, and it closes our opening range gap. That's a 3-in-1, right? What does that mean? Time to place another buy, right? Because you want to see a react. Like, if it displays through it, it's not like you put a limit order. The second that there's a reaction, right? And there's a reaction, right? And what did I say? The best ones are to the tick, right? This one wasn't to the tick, so this doesn't make this an A plus setup, right? It has the SMT, it's in the macro, blah blah blah. It's more of a setup, I'd say, right? Actually, is a good. This one is actually a good setup if I have the right PD arrays. These were the right PD arrays. So now this is an A plus setup, right? So I honestly just keep spamming market buy as long as it keeps showing that it's going up until I get my PD array, which was the fair value gap, and put the bulk of my orders here and just let it ride, right? I don't like how it goes. I trimmed some off and I moved to break even again. But I looked at this and this SMT'd with ES, right? Right there. That low and this low. So now I re-enter again. Do you see the pan? It's just garbage. Just me not trusting my analysis, right? Or just not taking partials properly, right? Or whatever. Anyway, now it does this. Let's hop back to the 1 minute because this just looks awful. Alright. Take this and then I take this gap. And of course, you're gonna have to put the stop loss all the way to the low here. Why? Because it's NFP Thursday. Like look how far it went down here. It really shouldn't do all that. But you know, pre-NFP Thursday. Anyway, I buy it, I let it go, it goes down, it slows down, blah blah blah. Alright, looking at this, why would I buy here anyway, right? Look at these smooth highs, right? And above it is an obvious big gap. That's all I wanted. That's all I wanted. Goes up, grinds me down, goes up, and I start to go, I just like exit here and I just can't be else with the day, right? Eventually it goes to it, but like, bro, we make a breakaway gap. I expect it to stay open, and the fact that we show no speed above this high when we take it, it means we could go back to the gap, which I don't like, or we could even come back even more down to here and then end up going higher. Hey, I'm not trying to be part of all of that, right? NFP, pre-NFP Thursday, you do your thing, bro. Like, you already pissed me off, right? So, was it even worth it to trade today? I don't think so, right? I think one bullet, right? If I lose once, that's it, right? So, this entry, then break even, I wouldn't count that as a loss. Second try, and have it really actually as a loss, because I keep moving to break even because I can't be else. I just don't want to lose, right? Like I don't even care about a small loss, but I need to just trust my analysis, right? And just let it play, right? Now I'm so good at reading price. Just let it play, even if I know it's gonna be garbage, but like I know it could take me out a lot, but I didn't like the fact I just wanted to lose basically. But technically, it was an easy read. Technically, price delivery dog shit, but technically it was an easy read, right? Macro time, and this is our macro time, right? The lows, and this low was also like the one that moved us, right? When we had to create this sell side with ES, we also take the sell side, but what made it even more obvious that we're gonna go is look at the bodies right here, respecting the CE of this wick, right? So we go down, we sweep the low, yes, but look where the bodies close. And then we create a fair value gap after it and look where the bodies close, right? And to be fair, ES was the cleaner one, right? Like it genuinely looks like the market maker buy model, right? Even though it's garbage, but it's still the cleaner one. Like if I traded ES, I would have been fine, right? Because I don't think I would have entered anywhere at ES there. I would have entered somewhere here because then SMT, fair value gap, right? Technically, this is basically Venom. It is Venom. Like, it makes sense, right? ES made sense, NQ made sense, but it was more garbage price action. It kept running and overlapping a lot of stuff. But what does this give me? This gives me again the confidence with my model, right? For the continuation. This one's been printing like there's no tomorrow. It's just me with my execution is the problem. It's there almost, well, it's probably there every day, right? But not the cleanest, right? But it's there at least 2 to 3 times a week where it's pretty clean and I can get it, right? I would count this as pretty clean, as even though the price action is garbage, but like it's obvious if I just trusted the model, right? So once I buy here, put the stop loss to the low. Just accept the loss basically. If I was gonna lose, I'm gonna lose. Until now, right? And just because now I'm gonna have one tweak to it, which is gonna make me accept the loss properly, right? So on the 5 minute, I can only go break even once we invest a 5 minute fair value gap, right? Because that really should be changing order flow, right? If we invest a 5 minute fair value gap. So, and if I expect it to be the low. So once we invest this, yes, I was right to put my stop loss at break even, right? And not worry about, and just know that if it comes to here, I'm wrong for now until the next area, right? So if we lose this, by the way, let's say I would have got off the chart. That means I was wrong and the manipulation was pre-market and this was the distribution, right? I'm just wrong. Simple as that, okay? So we lose that, let's say I'm done. But now and only now can I explain when to put my stop loss at break even so I don't get these stupid wicks, right? When we invest a 5 minute fair value gap, right? So look as we go up here, okay? We use this gap to send us lower there, right? Which uses the SMT on ES, and then now we go up, right? So if my stop loss was here, I was fine, right? I could have probably added, right? After seeing the SMT. So now I can have a peace of mind. If I'm gonna lose, I'm just wrong. It's not that I'm gonna get wicked out and then I'm gonna try re-entry again, because that is annoying. Okay, that is so annoying. Again, there's one day I want to remember if this logic falls, because I kind of got annoyed how far up we went and then how far back we went. If that makes any sense. There we go. This day, see? Again, the logic makes sense. This day, once we made this low, I got stopped out here, right? I knew what the low of the day should be, technically. But I got stopped out here, but I can't understand when to move my stop loss to break even and not to accept the loss. But now, as you can see, the second that we invest, look, when we went up here, we never closed above this gap. So the stop loss still has to be that low. But now the second that we do this, I can go break even and be comfortable that the stop loss won't come back until my TP is hit. What was my TP for this day? I think it was a 7 a.m. high. Look at it. Boom. Hit. Comes back all the way back down. And guess what? It would still not take me out. So, good addition. I'm glad this day showed me one of the final lessons I think I need for this model, really. This model is perfect for the all-time high territory area, right? See, anything before all-time high and lower, especially for bearish markets. Bro, I'm so good at shorting and bearish markets, but I was so garbage at longing, right? So garbage, bro. I would take, bro, all-time highs, I was only taking shorts still. I just love shorting. Like, I'd be looking for anything short, and until I got cooked so many times that I had to like make a model for actually buying longs. And this one is so good. It's just I'm getting to the minor tweaks about rules for the stop loss, blah blah blah. Until now, once I do it correctly, I have not seen it lose yet, right? Break even, sure, but I've not seen it lose. Like, I haven't just entered and just got boom, stopped. Like, I still, you know what? If I actually, this whole week, if I just entered and just took profit, I would have had like, honestly, 30 winning trades. That's how much that I'm entering at right places, right? It's just that price could still reverse or whatever, right? If like price always went at least 15, 20 points above my entry. I've never had a trade this week or the week before where I enter and it comes from a stop quickly, like I'm wrong type of thing. Haven't, which is really, really good. That means I'm like, okay, I'm patient with my entries. I know what I'm looking for, right? And now it's just part of the tweaking to just get it perfect. And then once I get it perfect, right? The only reason I'm not happy with taking all these because price does move in my favor like 9 times out of 10. The only reason I'm not really taking profit is because I don't know. I need to fix either the wiring of how much or just enter with bigger risk, right? And I can't enter with bigger risk yet because I'm limiting myself to 5 MNQ at all times, regardless of how much my risk is, right? And that just to train me to just care about doing it right, then trying to make the most. But then after that, once I'm very confident, of course, I'm going to allow myself to trade how I want to trade properly. And I'm still not going to care about the money. I'm going to care about doing it right. Right. This was a really, really important market recap, right? This is a day I really shouldn't trade, but I still can navigate it, right? And then even when I ended it, even when I ended it with the logic, everything is still there. And then I go to like ICT to just see what he's done. Exact logic is there, right? The exact logic, all the stuff that he's seen here, I was seeing, I annotated it, I deleted it when I didn't care about it. It's good. It's good that I'm at a really good level with my technical analysis, let's say, right? Now there is just teeny tiny stuff, you know? Couple of rules to adjust, couple of like questions to be answered about when would that be a low, when would that thing, right? Blah blah blah, right? Couple of questions and every single day I'm answering more and more questions and I'm getting more and more accurate, right? More and more accurate. I'm basically top bottom ticking slash top ticking every day, right? Oh, I know where it should be. I really know where it should be. That is really good. But once I know where to exactly put my stop loss, right? Because the profit wise, I do not care. I noticed it. See, that's the beautiful thing about distribution. Once that is the low, you don't care where it ends. Like you could leave runners, right? I know we could go up here. I know the most probable is going up here. But if I can keep accumulating at where I know the low is and like have a maximum loss limit, I could just like take one above here, take one above here, leave one for the end of the day, right? Final hour macro, right? This is what's beautiful about the distribution. Once it's done, once the low is there, that is the low of the day, right? It's not gonna change until the day is gonna end. So I know I'm always gonna be up regardless, right? And I can just leave. Because what I want to eventually get to is once I enter my trade and put my stop loss, just set the limit orders and literally go on with my day and don't even look at the chart, right? What like the second that we hit how does my day end? This is what I want, right? Think about it. Once we do this 5 minute gap closure, right? That's it. I'm done at 11:50. Right there, I'm done because what did I do? I put the stop loss at break even. I have a limit order here, a limit order here, and a limit order at the first presented fair value gap. And if I have more contract, it depends on how I split my contracts. And I find a limit order here, right? Then I wouldn't care where that's the last stretch one, and I wouldn't care where the market closes me, right? The market could close me anywhere, right? At like 4, 4, 10, whatever for top sub, whatever it closes me, I'm out, right? And it's gonna be somewhere up, so it doesn't even matter, right? And I know I'm safe. And let's say somehow it comes back to that low. Did I not take something off here? And did I not take something off here? And did I not take some, like, let's say it just plummets now and just goes like, nah, I just want to make a lower low. I've I've took how do I say, I've taken my profit and whatever happens, right? So I need to just get this through my head. Once this is what I want to achieve, right? I know there is like more in-depth, detaily stuff that I can use with for my other models, blah blah blah, to get like the exact high. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like after this swing, if I really want to, I can relatively actually get the high, right? Do I care about that? No, 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 no. Why? Because it's a low probability day, and I should stick to simplifying, right? So like I went to the deep end with doing too much, right? Which wasn't doing too much because I had to find out what I like, what I want to do, blah blah blah, right? And then now I'm working back, right? What do I really want to have in my chart? Because well, some days I would literally have about 60 lines, right? PD arrays, whatever, reference points, right? Now this to me just looks okay. This is my limit basically, having this stuff for the day to make sense, right? Not too much. I know there's more PD arrays here, right? But I'm have only the important ones. It's easy, it's clean, it's nice to trade, right? This is my goal. It's easy, clean, nice to trade. And my goal is not to sit in front of my charts the whole goddamn day, right? I'm okay with sitting the whole day, which I don't always sit the whole day no more, like before, to learn. But now I'm trying to build for like the future where okay, I know what price is gonna do. So I jump at the chart at 9, right? Look at what price has done, what it could do, think about it, and then wait, right? When do I wait? Mostly till 10:50, right? 10:50. If I don't get it by 10:50, I'm gonna have to gauge if price is close enough for it to do it before 12. 12 is my maximum. Mainly it's like 11:30 that I'd want it to be, but like 12 is my maximum. Technically 11:50, right? That macro has to do something, right? 11:50. So what do we have the low here at 11:10? 10:50 macro, 11:10. So that's nice, right? So I'm just waiting for them first two macros, but you know, I've seen it happen at 11:30 with the delayed Judah model. I've seen it with like there is some stuff for days. But anyway, I want my time to be 3 hours on the chart maximum, right? Maximum, okay? And after that, I can go on with my day and do anything I want. Come back at the end of the day and just see the profits there. All the loss, all the loss. But see, the problem with a lot of my other models or what I used to trade before, if I lose, I don't like it, right? Oh, it's not like I can't accept it because I'm like, okay, I was wrong here, but surely I would be right here, right? I'm wrong here, okay, but nah, I just got stopped out. Like I can convince myself with bullshit, right? But now I can't. Like I stripped it down, I put the rules where I can't. Like I got two places where I can expect price to react to. Here, cool. I enter it, I get break even. Cool. How many more tries have I got? One more. Where? Right here. Why? Because I already pre-drawn it. If I didn't put it before 9:30, like if I didn't draw something before 9:30, I can't use it. That's like one of my rules as well. Because then that's me trying to make stuff up to like, you know, to like just get into the trade, right? Because oh, a break even here or something, right? Trying to revenge trade basically. If I didn't see it before, don't put it, right? I've been rambling for a long time, but this ramble I think is needed, right? Um, right? This is for me for to come back for in the future and just see basically my journey, right? And just video after video, day after day, which is just improvement after improvement after improvement, right? I know what these videos that I am putting it public, but I know there'll be no views on it, so don't care, right? And if somebody somehow lands on this source, well, it's free for you, bro. Take it, use it, try it, you know, literally try it. But yeah, this next month, right? I know by the end of the year, right? I got now October, I got November and December, right? Then 3 months to trade. I can already say I'm probably been consistently profitable since August, right? August was a hard month, but doesn't mean I'm profitable, right? I came back and I was break even, break even, break even, break even. August, I managed to end it in green, right? Not crazy, but in green. September, I managed to end it actually not too bad, green, but like again, not crazy. And now it's October, right? Now October, um I want to at least get one big decent payout this month, right? And this won't be hard, right? So my rules, like this, whatever my model is basically one of my models is there every day, right? This is the one that I care about for all time high, and it's probably there like 2-3 times a week as clean, right? It's there, but like clean. I don't really have to look for it, you know what I'm saying? So what do I want? I want I want 750, right? I'm counting that as in the per for like MNQ, right? For 5 MNQ, I want 750. Is normally I noticed that's the amount of the handles that are basically like very easy to get, right? So let's say I get here. It's let's be more accurate. Let's be more accurate. Come on, cause I buy limit, and let's say I keep just ramping up, but I would get at the fair value gap, right? Stop loss here, right? So you see, I want to keep my losing very low, 150 max, right? You know, if I got it wrong here, 150, 150, 300. Okay, my problem that I had on September is I had big winning days, but when I take the loss, the loss was big as well because I just kept not accepting it. Like let's say for example, if I entered there here, like for this trade, I would have the stop loss somewhere here, right? Because I was like, oh, it could go down here. That's just stupid, right? That's just me not trying to accept the loss, right? Or break evens. So now I noticed every trade that goes wrong, and I can know I would literally instantly kill it, or I'd go break even. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. That's something I needed, bro. I was begging for this shit for months, that I can actually just accept the loss, or when I see it's wrong, I don't go into denial mode, and I actually just stop, look objectively, and say, is this worth it or not? And now I can do that. Anyway, right there, 750, right? Look at the highs right there. I've noticed that I don't know why 750, right? It's think about it for one micro. Whatever that amount handles, it's normally gonna go that amount. Whatever that amount handles from entry, I noticed if I'm gonna enter in the right place, it's gonna go that amount of handles. Let's just say, right, like 75 handles. Like if I'm correct, it's never normally gonna go there, and that should be where my partial, right? So any logical place near that, there, right? So you see, if I entered this trade today, like this is 750. I had to grind it to get to that, but I can get that. Why 750, right? I want only two trades like this a week, right? Let's do the math, which means 1500 for the week. 4 weeks, that's 6K, right? 6K per month per one account. So you times that by 5 accounts, right? And then that's 30K a month, top step wise, right? And then you just take like the half of it out. So like basically 15K a month as a start. If I can do 2 months of that, then I would already have the confidence to trade bigger and better, right? Then I could be like, you know what? Take that out. I want 1.5k, right? And again, I will be more precise with my stop loss, so I know my stop loss is not going to exceed 400. I know that, right? For for one thingy, right? My stop loss does not exceed 400. I know that, and I even want to push it down back to 300. If I can do that with one, which I will be able to get to that amount, which because it's how many points, right? 15, right? If I can get confident to put 15 points, perfect. Now what do? We go from 30k a month to 60k a month, right? Once I hit that level, I just need to put it a few times and then slap it into a live account, and then bro, it's just me getting better, better, better. Me making what? Like let's say 60k, take half of it out or whatever. Actually, you could take way more out than that because then I could just increase the risk again, right? Let's just say go 15, whatever, right? My goal is 100k a month, right? So you can see that 100k a month is when I'm willing to lose around, let's say 800, right, per trade. I'm willing to lose that. If I'm gonna be willing to lose 800 per trade, I better have a lot of confidence, right? Because we're talking about real money here, right? If I'm willing to lose that much, so that's my end goal, is to trade with two, right? I don't know. I'll see myself in the future and how I'm gonna. I might be even trading with five later on, five minis. I don't know, but for now, this is my goal. Trade with two. Look for this easy 750 that is now 3k, right? Because it's the bigger, right? And if I can consistently make that, right? Of course, there's weeks that I won't be able to, right? And I'm keeping it low, by the way, because there's some days that I would just go full, like full TP, right? Because it's so obvious that it's not gonna stop nowhere before my first TP, and my first TP gives me that 1.5k. So yes, I'm allowing for some days to be losing days in that week, blah blah blah. But my average, I should be able to get 1.5k a week from 5MNQs every week, right? I should be able to, or maybe one time I lose it, regardless. Anyway, that amount is way more than enough, right? To set me up for what I want basically is 100k months, right? Consistently make 100k months, right? After that, I'm chilling. I can do my businesses, do whatever, vibing. Anyway, that's the market recap. I had a lot of yapping at the end there, but it's important for me later, right? To see. I want this video to be, I don't know. I want this video to be like the memory that I'd come back to, be like, oh, look where I was at, the numbers that I was talking about, and I genuinely want to laugh later and be like, wow, I actually did it. Well, I'm actually doing it, and I'm actually doing even better than I thought I could do, right? That to me, that's it. That's all I want, right? Because I'm here day in, day out, from the second that I wake up to the second that I'm sleeping. This is all that I'm thinking about, right? I'm doing other stuff here, but technically right now at this exact moment in my life, this is all I'm thinking about. I'm looking at these charts when I'm done trading, blah blah blah. Then I'm watching people online. I'm seeing what people have done, what have I missed. Then I go back to the chart again, analyze it. Then I go put the days and what I've seen in my journal, and then I go again, and now I record the recap, right? Because I need to record the recap so I can see it visually later if I have a similar day. And on top of that, it helps me to like repeat what I need to repeat in my head so it can stick, right? And then after this, once I upload it and close it, then I'd go, I don't know, after I eat or something, gym, whatever. I'll, at night, I could literally go all the way up till 6 a.m. just watching other videos, just related to this, just more knowledge, what people doing, what's working out, blah blah blah. Look at the chart again, make another analysis and find other stuff out, right? This is all I've been doing, right? I'm definitely sacrificing a lot, but like I really want it, right? And all I can say is finally I can see it. I can see that I can do it basically. Like I believe that I could do it the whole time, but now I can see it, right? Anyway, enough yapping. The video is 50 minutes. Holy I but yeah, I hope this becomes a positive memory for later on. And yeah, that's all I want to show, that I was grinding. I was here every day. Here every day for years. Right? Okay, not for years. That's cap. Let's keep it. But I did put in the effort. You know what I'm saying? Peace out.